This is an ice cream cone.
Dear God.
In fact, this world is full of them.
No.
100 days in this world is the plan, and Havenhand is the man. That's me, hello. Oh yeah, it's also in hardcore, which means if I die or fall at any point, then I'm gonna have to restart from day one. That'd suck. Like if you decided to not subscribe to the channel if you enjoy the content, or if you decided not to like the video to help the algorithm, that would suck as well. That's enough of that. Let's begin on day one, where shockingly enough, I spawned on an ice cream cone. This ice cream cone appeared to be made of snow, and having a quick look around at the rest of them, there was the dirt one, there was the stone one, there was the ice one, there was the obsidian one, there was the gay one, I guess. I did luckily spawn with a starter chest that had nothing but a bed and a shovel, and since I'm on a snow cone, I may as well just dig straight down. And little did I know at the time that each of these cones have a special boss in it. This is gonna be an epic fight. Alright, maybe not so epic. Further down the cone, I actually found a spawner, which gave me some more free stuff. Got a nice little iron ingot, and some torches, and oh god no! One heart. On day one, with no food. This is going really well. I decided since the first ice cream cone was kind of, well, you know. I decided I'm gonna make a trip to the dirt cone. And then I ran out of blocks. And again. And then I had a little bit of an oversight. I finally made it to the dirt cone. But, how was I going to get down? I'm on a heart, so I can't just jump down. Can't really sprint either, heading back. This is, not going well. And I'm gonna have to remake the bridge, aren't I? I made a sacrifice on day 3. Those precious iron ingots made into lonely shovels. I know, disgusting. I redid my bridge from a lower point and this time made it to the dirt cone. And digging down, I found my first room full of bolus skeletons? Sure, why not? And then the second room had a sapling and a grass, which gave me a single seed. And those two things was able to save this entire video. Who would have thought how simple that would be? I got my first tree on day 4 and my first bread. Sure, why not? I headed back to the dirt cone to get some more bones, and I was grinding away. 44 bones later, and bread! Anyway, I need to start moving to the stone cone. Hey, that rhymed. And then I got mining. Even got some coal too. On day 6, I went back to the dirt cone. I started by clearing out the skeleton room, and then the tree room. Really need to think of better names for these rooms. And I was interested to dig down just a little bit more to see if there was a third room. Oh, there was. Oh, God! Everything is fine, nothing to worry about. After a second epic boss fight, I found there were remains to what I could tell as cows. Really hoping they weren't the only 2 cows in this world. On day 7, I had a little bit of a thought. Since there was 3 rooms on the dirt cone, I was wondering if there was a 3rd room on the snow cone. Snow cone. And yep, it was. It was filled with skeletons and invisible zombies and oh, look at that block. Other than that, there really wasn't that much here. Bread! On day 8. Anyway, the iron block I turned into a bucket, a shield, a pickaxe, and a sword. And then I remembered I saw a single water source from earlier in the dirt cone, and so I went for it. There and back again. Before you know it, I can now actually water my plants. I don't have to wait 17 million years for them to grow. And then I went back to the stone cone on day 9. I decided it was now time to head in. Finding the first room, it was just a fully webbed room, quite easy to get through, especially when the zombies were quite useless. It did have some iron, it had some coal, a cave spider spawner. Well, I mean, there was a cave spider spawner. And then I headed to the outer layer of the cone, getting some leftover coal and iron, and I finished the day by cooking. Honestly, a good day. I headed further down the cone on day 10 where I found a new area. This one had skeletons. Had being the key word, a zombie miner who I hid away, and then a bunch of emeralds, and a villager with some custom trades. 64 emeralds for a diamond, huh? That's 1,536 emeralds for full diamond, a future goal, maybe, if I'm crazy enough. Probably shouldn't be wasting the day figuring that out rather than, you know, just maybe playing Minecraft, I don't know. And finding the final room on day 11, it was just full of redstone, and a single skeleton that was invisible, which was a pain in the membrane. Really like my rhymes today, don't know why. And then I was really interested to see if there was a 4th room right at the bottom. Spoiler alert, there isn't, but there was 10 diamonds, which is definitely not something I'm gonna turn down. I decided to do one last quick check of the snow cone right at the bottom. Since there was diamonds at the bottom of the stone cone, you never know what was the bottom of the snow cone. There was absolutely nothing, just snow. Now, how do I get out of here? On day 13, I headed towards the sand cone. It will forever annoy me that I didn't have enough snow blocks to make it to the sand cone, and so this bridge will forever be made of 2 materials. Honestly, there was nothing great here. I did get creeper blasted through a wall, which was fun. And then I found some horses. Don't know how I'm gonna get them out of the sand cone, but hey, horses. Day 14, instead of heading down into the sand cone, I decided I was gonna get some sand. I'm not really much of a builder, as many of you know, but if I could make the snow cone look a little bit more homey, then I was definitely not gonna turn that one down. Even found a wolf, a pet. There's a second, then we all know what's gonna happen. And then I pretty much just spent the rest of the day cooking up all the glass. Day 15 to 18 was a mixture of me digging out the snow cone, trying to make it look good. There is just way too much snow, like way too much. Tried to fill like double chest full of snow, it just wasn't happening. And then I put in the glass panes. I try to make it look homey, I try to make it look good. It's something, it's okay? The process of building did make me run a little low on food though, and so I decided that I was gonna head back to the skeleton spawner to grind some more skeletons. I did get a stack, it did take up until day 20 to do so, and then I began making bread, which I got 30 in total. Honestly, didn't feel like a lot considering I spent all day grinding the skeletons, but it'll do. I headed to the next cone, which was the ice cone. I was originally really happy, knowing I was probably able to get an unlimited water supply, but this ice cone is made of blue ice, and fun fact, blue ice doesn't drop water. Nothing to be concerned about though, because in the chest inside of the ice cone, there was some normal ice, so I was able to get that unlimited water supply. Also a chest skull, which was neat. Further down in a death room, I found a diamond block, and then another skull. Honestly, another good day. I was making my way down to the 3rd room on day 22. There was a boss. Should really stop calling them bosses. These are pathetic. And there's also 3 more chest skulls. That's it. Nothing else here. I'm leaving. Screw this. Anyway, on day 23, it was time to go to the gay cone. Can I say that? Does that work? Just gonna dig down a little bit and oh god. So after everything exploded again, killing the boss, I saw more dead animals. They appeared to be sheep with different colored wools, and I murdered them again, didn't I? Please don't let this be a trend. Anyway, after getting a lapis block trophy for a trophy room, as soon as I can figure out where that is, I'll put that down, of course. And then moving through the cone on day 24, I found the 3rd room where... Oh, come on! Well, if there was anything in here, there isn't any more. This cone is a lost cause. Can I call the gay cone a lost cause? Is that too controversial? I should cut this joke out. I made my way over to the obsidian cone on day 25, clearing out the top room, and then it dawned on me. This cone is fully made of obsidian, and even with a diamond pickaxe, unenchanted may I add, this is going to take an eternity to get through. Well, better get busy digging or get busy dying. On day 26, I did get to room 2. It was a little bit tricky, but thanks to some expertly placed water buckets, I managed to keep the mobs away from me. My reward was a single chicken. Sure, why not? Anyway, time to carry on digging down to room 3. Another day later on day 27, it appeared as much sooner than I honestly expected. It did have another boss in it. They fought about as well as the rest of the bosses. Though this was the 3rd room and I was about to leave, I could actually hear more mob sounds through the wall, and so I decided that I need to dig down a little bit more. The obsidian cone did actually have more than 3 rooms. It had about 6 in total. In fact, I spent between day 28 all the way until day 31 heading down, clearing out rooms. Honestly, there was nothing that special in many of the rooms that I searched, so I'm just gonna save some time for everybody involved. That was until day 32, where I found it. Right at the bottom of the obsidian cone, I found the end portal. After clearing it out, nearly dying in the process may I add, I hung on until there was only a single silverfish left. Now, you'd think that a single silverfish wouldn't scare anybody. However, this silverfish was extremely fast, as you could probably tell. I originally thought it was a glitch, but then I remember that there are custom mobs in this world, and I decided not to touch it for the time being. I'd rather not get one shot in case that's something that the silverfish does, if it's not a glitch that is. And so for the time being, let's leave and we can head back once we've got more Eyes of Ender. Believe it or not, on day 33, after doing all the obsidian mining, I was actually low on food again. I started working on food by firstly cooking all those exploding animals, RIP, and then I went back to the bread process. Day 34, I decided to head into the Nether, if it wants to work. Oh, maybe, no, okay. For one reason or another, I had to restart my Minecraft. That took me all the way until day 35, so only really a day missed, where there was 4 more ice cream codes for me to venture to. The closest one was the Netherrack one, so I headed towards it, where I found 2 caged pigs. Notice them not explode. I promise it's not a recurring theme. And I was getting way too confident digging down these coves because I dug down straight into a lava pool. I really need to be more careful. Obviously, I didn't die. It was just really stupid for me to dig straight down in the nether, despite what map we're on. I fully searched that cone, and then on day 36, I headed towards the glowstone cone, where I found 2 more spawners. Them not working because of the light, which I think is just really funny. There was an Unbreaking 5 fire protection and protection chest plate, which, well, I'm gonna put that one on instantly. And then in the second room had a pigman, and boy, was he fast. Made me realize that that silverfish wasn't a glitch and was actually just a really strong boss. Should still probably kill the pigman though, if he just stands still. Just come on, just get back here. And then it was on to the final room. Nothing but a silk touch pickaxe, which, I mean, I'm sure I'll find a use for that at some point. I got to the nether brick cone on day 37, and I'm not gonna lie, I basically sped run it. Started by finding the world's smallest tower of pimps, and then finding a few rooms which had little significance, including a trap, which obviously didn't work. I found the best room of all though, the melon room. The boss was even called the Dark Melon. That is hilarious. The Dark Melon protects the melons from us lonely humans. God, that's such a stupid joke in my head. After fully searching that one on day 38, I headed towards the Soul Sand Cone. I found Commander C, a wither skeleton that just would not die. Like, serious. I'm speeding up the footage. Just die. And then I found a room full of wither skeletons. If I ever need wither skulls and want to fight the wither, then I know exactly how to do it. At some point, it did turn to day 39. After finding a second room, this one full of wither skeletons and webs as well, I found my death. A tiny room at the bottom of the cone with a wither spawner. Just casually gonna leave that one be for the time being. Did have to leave the nether at this point though, because yet again, I'm out of food. I made more bread on day 40. Never gonna have enough, but you know, melons. 63 of them. Probably still not enough there either, but this is a start. I reached the final cone on day 41, the Nether Obsidian Cone. I'm gonna have to dig down into this one as well. All right, here we go. Between days 42 to 46, I dug down going through some rooms. The second room did have a zombie called Herobrine, which wasn't that hard to deal with. And then I found a room that looked suspiciously like a trophy room. I mean, if there was going to be a trophy room, this would be it. I carried on digging past the trophy room for day 47 and 48. When I got to the bottom of the cone, there was legitimately nothing there, so this was just a waste of time. And then I decided I wanted to go get that lapis block for the trophy room. I was able to get home by day 50 and I obtained the lapis block. Heading back to the trophy room on day 51, I realized that a lot of my time in this world was just me running. Like, seriously, this is ×4 speed between me starting at the nether portal all the way until the obsidian cone. This was ridiculously long. And when I placed the lapis block in what I assumed was the trophy room, nothing happened. I don't know if this is the trophy room. I don't know if I'm doing the right thing, but this was a waste of time. I returned home on day 52, took quite a nice nap, quite comfy, quite good. And then on day 53, I went back into the nether because I decided it was time for me to get some blaze rods. I know that I'm going to need to go to the end to really fulfill the objectives of this map, and so I headed back to one of the cones that had a blaze spawner in it. It wasn't that hard to get blaze rods. I had it by the same day and was returning home. And then on day 54, I headed to the bottom of the overworld obsidian cone because I wanted to recheck out the end portal. Firstly, the silverfish had just vanished. Don't know what happened to him. Secondly, after counting, I realized that I need 8 eyes of ender to be able to fill the portal. Now, getting the blaze rods was really simple. Getting the ender pearls was going to take a minute, and oh boy, it did. I started on day 55, just waiting until the nights, killing endermen whenever I could, and pretty much did that for the next 5 nights when I could. On night 60, I got the final ender pearl needed. I had all 8, and it was time for me to go and check out the end. On day 61, I made the ender pearls. I repaired some OP boots that I got from one of the mobs that I killed earlier, and then I prepared a bunch of arrows and made some bow stuff. You know how it is. It's just the standard stuff, really. Day 62, I returned back to the obsidian cone. I filled the end portal, and it didn't work. Thanks to some totally legit magic on day 63, I fixed the end portal and then I jumped in. I didn't know this at the time, but this was going to be one of the biggest mistakes I have ever made in a 100 days Minecraft video. First things first, the end never loaded at any point, and so I had to reboot my Minecraft on day 64. When I returned, I was now in the end, and after pillering to the top of the end surface, I found another world full of cones. These one were end cones. It appeared that all of the end crystals were on top of the cones, and obviously each cone was a bit distance away, and so I had to work on getting to each one of the cones and destroying all the crystals. For one reason or another, the end crystals, there was actually only one, which was the one I spawned on. I don't know if the other ones exploded or what happened, but there was only ever one crystal. Also, the Ender Dragon Purge was right at the bottom of the world, meaning it was actually kind of an annoying Ender Dragon fight. The only choice I really had was to stay up here and rain down arrows until it killed. But by day 66, the Ender Dragon was killed, and now all I have to do is claim the levels in the egg and move on with my life. By day 67, I made my way down thanks to a water bucket and realized that I was screwed. First of all, the Ender Dragon egg just wasn't there. That's not the important bit. You know what was the important bit? Because the purge was at the bottom of the world, the end portal that would teleport you back to the mainland, it wasn't there. It was gone. It vanished. I don't really know how to prepare for that, but well, I'm gonna have to have a bit of a look around, aren't I? Between day 68, I started going towards every single cone that I could. I looked on top of the cones, I dug into the cones, I went to every cone I possibly could at this time. I completed my searching by day 74, where I came to the realization there was nothing in the cones, there was nothing on the cones, and the portal had never properly spawned, which means I was fully trapped in the end. There was no way back. There's legitimately no way to return to the overworld from the end once you enter the end, unless you have that portal. Well, since I'm trapped in here, I may as well go to the end cities and see if I can get myself an elytra. Kills myself some 20 days. Well, I think this map is broken. So obviously you understand that 75 days into this world, I didn't just want to give up and call it a day and do something else. However, after searching for 6 days, I found no sign of life. There was no end cities anywhere, and I'm fairly confident I searched pretty damn well. And so what I did was I got the seed of the world and I searched it into a seed viewer and found the coordinates of where an end city would be. I then went to those coordinates on day 84, and shockingly enough, there was no end city there. Now, this could be because of a couple of reasons, but my biggest theory is that this map was originally made in about 1.7, 1.8, and there used to be an option, if I remember correctly, you'd be able to turn off all kinds of structures, which would obviously stop like villagers from spawning in the void when you made a voidless world. And even though the end cities weren't added to Minecraft until much later, if you turn off all structures, then no end cities would ever spawn, which means there is no end cities in the end, and so I've just been wasting my time yet again. I then decided to run back on day 92, getting back to the portal and teleporting through. For one reason or another, I was able to get the remote getaway advancement a second time. I'm not sure how that happened, and yeah, I was just stuck. I'm so sorry for the disappointing ending, people, but I legitimately, there's nothing else I can do in this world because I'm just trapped into the end without, well, cheating. And so I just waited for the final 8 days just until day 100 came. I did actually have a good time in this world despite the fact the terrible ending, and I hope you guys enjoyed nevertheless. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next video. Take care, people.